Today's announcement that eligible citizens of Japan and South Korea will be able to come to Australia without quarantine comes at a time when the nation's relationship with Japan has never been closer. With the region facing a rising and more assertive China, Japan is shaping up as the most favoured partner to meet the challenge. That's certainly the recommendation of a major report today out by the Australia-Japan Research Centre. Joining me is the director of that centre, Professor Shiro Armstrong. Thanks for your time. Congratulations on this report. You've consulted 300 experts and experienced politicians, diplomats and others in the field, and you're saying Japan needs to have most favoured nation status. What does that mean?
Yeah, so look, in trade there's most favoured nation status. We extend equal best treatment. But we're proposing a new most favoured partner status where outside of trade, whether it's people movement, technology agreements, say through AUKUS, Japan should automatically be considered extension of those arrangements. So it's not an automatic granting of these arrangements, but if we do a deal with the United Kingdom or another country, Indonesia say, there should be something in our system that's triggered for automatic consideration to extend that to Japan.
How would you formalise most favoured partner status, which is, I guess, one of the central recommendations of your report that you've released today?
Yeah, there are a lot of recommendations. This one really elevates Japan's importance for us. So how would we do that practically? Well, it'll be something that the Prime Minister might announce on a visit, say, to Japan, or when the Japanese Prime Minister is visiting here. It sends a pretty strong signal, very strong signal to Japan about how we think about Japan and the importance of Japan, so that we can further our relationship as we further other relationships as well.
And do you believe there would be a warm reception in Tokyo to this sort of proposal?
Absolutely. I don't see why not. It's us extending almost unilaterally a whole lot of provisions to Japan. Now, that would mean we could set up a process of negotiating reciprocity for some of those. But I think in our interest, we can just expect to do these sorts of things unilaterally and then maybe negotiate some things down the track with Japan for reciprocity.
There is a big trade agreement in the region, comprehensive and progressive Trans-Pacific Partnership is what it's called. China and Taiwan both want to be a part of it. This report argues that Australia and Japan should work together to bring China into the tent. Why is that?
Well, this is China putting its hand up for the global rules-based order, to sign up to new rules, more rules at higher standards. In fact, a lot of these rules were written, like on state-owned enterprises, with China in mind. So it'll solve a lot of problems we have with unfair trade practices that we are dealing with China, industrial subsidies.
So we've got leverage, basically.
Well, all 11 members, including us, can veto China's entry. Everyone has to agree. So we have leverage, and we should use that, I think, in sitting down and negotiating and making it a requirement that these trade restrictions that the Chinese have put on us are lifted through the process of accession.
We have a lot of assets. I saw your analysis as part of the report. We have a lot of assets when it comes to the Japan relationship, but fundamentally, this work says we need to reimagine that relationship. How do you do that?
Yeah, like you said, we've never been closer than we are now to Japan, strategically, politically, but this is where Japan's becoming more important for us and will only become more important for us as we deal with the big global problems we have. And that's US-China competition, that's China's assertiveness, climate change, you name it. Japan, third largest economy in the world, is really important for us. So I don't think that we're prepared for that relationship in the future. This is the time now to invest in our capabilities so that we can make the most of the bilateral relationship. And getting Japan right will help us get the rest of Asia right.
Professor Shiro Armstrong from the ANU, I appreciate your time, and once again, congratulations on this report, reimagining the Japan relationship. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Kieran.